So here's one of the CDC light traps.
There's an old African proverb that goes, if you think you're too small to make a difference, try sleeping in a closed room with a mosquito. Thomas Collars, a professor of environmental health sciences at Georgia Southern University, knows all too well the impact of mosquitoes in Africa.
I saw children dying from malaria and dengue fever, and one particular case was a 5 or 6 year old boy with his mother holding his hand. He was in a coma and his sister just crying, and that really touched me, and I figured, well, I have my own kids too, about the same age, and what can I do to help other families' children?
As many Africans know, malaria is transmitted by mosquitoes. The World Health Organization reported 247 million cases in 2006, resulting in 1 million deaths, most of them in Africa. The WHO estimates that a child dies from the disease every 30 seconds. Collars, an epidemiologist, spent 11 years developing a weapon to fight malaria. The Provector is the product of his labor.
The Provector is a flower-like device that uses a sweet nectar-like solution to attract mosquitoes, to feed on a formulation that kills them, an eco-friendly and cheap device for controlling mosquitoes.
The flower-shaped device costs $7 to $10 and contains a safe biopesticide. Collars says each one lasts about 3 months and kills up to 5,000 mosquitoes. He hopes his creation will bring relief to communities around the continent.
In the middle of Nairobi, they have a slum area called Kibera, and there's over 1 million people packed into a very small area. They got 5 to 13 people in a house that's 10 feet by 15 feet, and 25% of them have bed nets probably at the most. And so they need help, and malaria is killing more people in that slum area than HIV or any other disease.
Emmanuel Clotti, a Ghanaian doctoral student who works with Collars, almost died from malaria when he was 10 years old.
I'd gone out with my father, and then I became terribly ill with very high fever. And so my father had to rush me to the hospital. In a country like Ghana, everybody is at risk, including the president. So it's not like you have some people at risk and some people not at risk. Everybody is at risk because malaria is present everywhere in Ghana.
Many charities focus on pesticide-treated bed nets to control the spread of the disease. Clotti says the nets are not enough.
If you want to really control malaria, then you need something in addition to the net that even when people are not under the net, that thing still protects them.
Collars recently delivered 3,000 Provectors to various communities in Africa, where he's hoping the device will do more than save lives.
The Provector is a very simple injection plastic molding apparatus, so we want to do technology transfer to provide jobs to these people too, and so they have an income.
Initial results are encouraging. In a preliminary test conducted by a Walter Reed Army Institute of Research laboratory, 100% of mosquitoes which fed on the Provector bait died within 10 days. Collars also has anecdotal evidence from a minister he works with in Nairobi.
He wrote to me, he said, "Tom, I can't believe it. I don't have any more mosquitoes in my house." I'm like, well, that's how it's supposed to work. He goes, but he complained. He says, you know, you got rid of them in 3 days. Can you get them down in about a minute or two? It's like, I told him I was, not a magician. I'm only a scientist, but we'll do our best.
Even so, killing mosquitoes with a flower is a pretty good trick. I should say CNN Atlanta.